Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And in this video I'm going to be counting down some of the absolute worst vehicles you can own here in Southwest Florida. So as you may know, there's a lot of good, bad, and normal cars here in Southwest Florida. But I'm going to be showing you the ones that you shouldn't absolutely not buy under any circumstance unless it's for the reason of it being slow. So most of these are just based off of stats, really not looks at all. So it's really just acceleration, handling, top speed, and all that type of stuff. Because if you come on over here to the cars list, you can see it shows all the vehicle statistics when you hover over it. And some of them are extremely slow. So let's actually get started with the first one. But before we get started, I'd actually like to give a shout out to these few people for commenting on my last video. If you'd like to be featured in the next one, just make sure to leave a helpful comment. But let's go to the first vehicle, which is actually the Mazda Miata. As you can see here, the vehicle speed is extremely slow, acceleration also slow. Awesome handling, that's probably because it has such a slow top speed, and some pretty decent braking, not horrible. Not sure why, but I know a lot of people actually like Miatas. Personally, I'm not really a Miata person, but I do think these headlights are pretty cool. So let's just do like a top speed test type thing and some handling. If you hit a curb while you're turning, you will probably slide out. This handling is not awesome. Now let's see how fast we can go. Not bad acceleration at all. It says it has a horrible acceleration, but this is not very bad. A bunch of different colors. I think I kind of like this blue. Also in this list, I will not be counting down any of the free cars because those ones surprisingly aren't actually that bad. But here we are, we're just about topping out here at 115 is what we'll probably top out at, which is not a very fast speed. And I don't really think it was that bad because it didn't take us that long to get down here. Overall, this one is not actually bad, but I just would not suggest buying it. It is extremely cheap, but I would not suggest buying it because I really don't think it's worth your money. The next car is the Toyota Corolla Hatchback. So if I come on over here and look at these stats. So first, let's actually look at this. You can see these stats are not very bad. This is the Miata right here. But if I come down here to hatchback, this is significantly worse. This is front wheel drive, which automatically pretty much just makes it a lot slower. Because front wheel drive is not known to be very fast. So speed, very slow. Horrible acceleration, handling, and braking. But let's actually see how this thing drives. First of all, I don't really mind these lights. These lights are just fine. It doesn't even look that bad. But this acceleration, just as it said, is absolutely horrible. This handling is also bad. I'm barely even turning it. I'm not even going fast. I'm barely turning it. It kind of wants to spin out. Now let's test the braking. Let's see. Considering I was probably going about 80, that was pretty bad. That should not have been that much of a... It should not... So I started braking right here and I finished braking all the way over here. Like at full, I broke as hard as I could. And this thing just did not want to stop. This thing just kept going. Overall, I don't really have a problem with the look of this car. Mainly just how it drives. It does not drive nearly as well as any of the other cars. The next one is actually the Ford F-150. This thing is actually one of the slowest driving, I'm pretty sure it actually is the slowest driving truck in the entire game. There's even some trucks with huge beds that are dualies and diesel, and those still drive faster than this stock F-150, which I think is crazy. I have no problem with this car. I love Ford. I love all their cars. But this thing, the stats on this thing are horrible. Look at this. Speed, acceleration, handling, and braking are all bad. This is all-wheel drive as well. Honestly, this acceleration doesn't seem too bad. It just seems like a normal car. But it does look extremely bad on when you go to buy it. Now handling, I'm going around 80. It kind of does want to spin out. Let's go maybe down to like 40. This is just fine right here. Now braking, let's see. Let's get up to 50 and stop. Yeah, that braking is a huge down factor. If you were in a roleplay server and you were going fast and there's a red light, you'd like destroy a bunch of people's cars. The next one is this Toyota right here. In the game, it's called an FJ Cruiser. I'm not sure what it's called in real life, but it's this thing. You've probably seen this before on the road. But this thing drives like an absolute brick, like a Hummer. So looking at the stats, very slow speed, acceleration, braking, and handling. Let's see this acceleration though. That was extremely slow acceleration. Let's see if we can even get to 100. Let's see how long it'll take to get to 100. Okay, so we started at spawn, and there we go. We just made it to 100 right here, all the way over here by this bridge. Handling. Horrible handling. Let's see if how we can handle at around 50 miles per hour. Still pretty bad, considering I'm driving a brick right here. Braking from 60. Honestly, that braking is like the lowest thing on this list, but I actually think the braking is one of the best things on here. I would not expect this thing to stop very quick at all. Last but not least, here we are with the Nissan Versa. If you look at this stats, it is one of the cheapest and also one of the worst spec'd cars here on this list. Even worse than this Camry. So let's actually take a look at this thing. The lighting honestly isn't really that bad. I don't have a problem with the body at all. It actually looks pretty good. But yeah, this is where you can see. Let's see. That easily took over 10 seconds to get to 60 miles per hour. There's 80 just about. Let's see if we can get to 100. Looks like we're just starting to top out at like 97. There is 100 miles per hour right there. Now let's get to around 50 or something for handling test. And I think this thing, here we go. You can see I'm barely even hitting turn, but if I get to above 50 and I turn, it just immediately slides out. Now let's respawn this so we can try braking from probably around 50 miles per hour. Now this acceleration is absolutely horrible. Let's say I wanted to turn into here, but I realized last second that I wanted to turn. Okay, that braking actually was not that bad. Braking seems to be one of the strong points for a lot of these cars, because they can't even go that fast. Once again, that braking was actually pretty good. It's probably, what is it? The second strongest point of this car. The handling is the strongest point, which I can obviously tell, because this thing goes so slow, it's really easy to handle. And that's actually going to be the end of this video. So this was pretty much just some of the worst cars that you probably should not buy unless it's for roleplay reasons. If you're planning on racing any of these cars, I highly would not suggest that, because they are extremely slow, bad handling, and all that type of stuff. So that basically concludes the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.